We've got a star player for you guys today. It's a striker playing in the Championship of England that's so young that you can mould him into whatever kind of player that you want. And when he develops well, this guy can take over world football. Hello everyone, Jake here for FMSCOUT, and today we're coming at you with another episode of Wonderkid to Superstar, the series where we take a Wonderkid in FM23, put them to the highest end of their potential range to see what kind of player they may become. Now this player has been requested a hell of a lot of people are a big fan of him and he has huge potential, but stick with us in this video, don't just skip ahead, so you can see exactly how we turn him from a good striker into one of the world's best ever players, and I'm not even exaggerating when I say that, and you'll see why in the simulation, but let's go and show you him first. To find this player, we're heading to Stoke City in the 2nd Division of England in the Championship, and if we go through their squad, searching by all players, filter by age, you will find this man. Here he is, Emre Tezgel, an English 16-year-old striker who you can pick up for around £10 million or so, at least we could at the start of this save, who already has a bunch of very good attributes, but he has a lot of potential, with a potential range of 150 to 180. No matter where he falls for you in your save on that range, if you can develop him to that potential, you are getting an elite level striker, and he really is top draw. Now, like I say, you can pick him up for 10, 12 million pounds or so. We use the editor to bring him over, but you should be able to get him for that value. It's the value Stoke were quoting to us here at Manchester United, and we've bought him over. Before we go into how we're going to make him one of the best in the world, I'd like to ask you guys if you could show your support by smashing the like button. We would massively appreciate it, and let us know in the comments who you'd like to see next in these videos, or just a position where you want to see a Wonderkid. Subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already. But Emre Tezgel, let's focus on him now, who straight away has some great attributes. As mentioned, physically he's quite nicely balanced. He's 6 foot tall here, decent acceleration, good natural fitness and jumping reach. His pace is fine as well. Yes, his strength is lacking, his agility is balanced, but he's 16. Those physicals will completely change within the next few years. In terms of his mental attributes, we've got his bravery and composure are notably good. His determination is good too, and he's got some high work rate, which is awesome. But it's in these technical attributes where he really shines, with 15 finishing, 14 technique, 15 for his penalties as well, and 11 passing, 11 heading. Yes, he's not the complete product yet, but he's already a better finisher than a lot of strikers ever get to become, with 15 finishing. And if we can combine that with good attribute growth in his weaker areas, we could be seeing a striker who scores goals for fun. Now, to get him to that level, we're going to be mentoring him with some of the best players at the club. We've got Eriksen and Cristiano Ronaldo mentoring Emre here, but more importantly, his training, where we're just focusing in on the advanced forward position on double intensity for now. I'll change that after the first few seasons, and we're going to make sure when we holiday that our assistant manager is using Emre in our tactic as the striker. The tactic in question is a 4-2-3-1 gegenpress preset, a few roles changed around, but Emre is playing that advanced forward role up top, and all of the other players will fill around him. Obviously, no one's going to use him as a starting striker for Manchester United at the age of 16, but just for the sake of the experiment, we'll show you what will happen if you can develop him into a top draw player. So here's Emre now, but let's simulate a few years into the future to see how he's getting on. So we're here in 2025. Tezgel has been starting up front for 3 years in a row now, and it's certainly done him some good because he's developed like crazy. Now, as mentioned, no one's really going to be starting him for United straight away, but if you did play him at a big club or just give him game time consistently up front, you could see growth at a level like this. Just to let you know, his current ability here is in the early 150 range, which means if you've got the worst version of Emre Tezgel, once he's fully developed, he's going to look something like this, which is incredible. And of course, you could have molded him to be a complete forward, a deep line forward, a target forward, a poacher, whatever you would have liked. He's so young that you can really mold him into whatever role we want. He's only going to get better than this as well, remember, so really do not underestimate this player because he's good with both feet, his physicals are exceptional already, he's quick with good jumping reach, natural fitness, pace, his strength is there as well, with amazing composure, anticipation and and decision making. He is doing really well for himself. His work rate and vision also look great. His technique, his penalties, his passing, his long shots, heading, first touch finishing, dribbling, all of it's incredible, and he could definitely do a job as a complete forward. But as an advanced forward, he is looking like the real deal here. But has he been performing well in the in-game engine? The answer is yes. Obviously, at the age of 16, we're not expecting a player to come into the Premier League and score 20 plus goals, but Emre did. Even though it was an average season in terms of his average match rating, he still scored 22 in 38. The next season, though, he goes and hits 34 goals in 36 appearances in the league alone, and then this year he hits the same amount of goals as games in the Premier League. He looks like he's set to break all kinds of records in the Prem at full growth, so let's see him once he's fully developed to see just how good of a player Tezgel can become. Okay, the year is now 2033. Emre is in his prime, and speaking of his prime, look at this player. He is just incredible beyond belief. His performance in game has been amazing too. Before we dig into it though, I'd like to let you guys know we have an Aberdeen series going on my channel, which you can find linked in the description. We're only a few episodes in, and a lot of you guys are loving it so far. So if anyone wants to come over and check that out, I would massively appreciate it. I'm sure if you watch a couple of episodes, you won't regret it. So thank you to anyone who goes and checks that out. But Emre Tezgel, I mean, we'll get onto his international record in a second. Let's just focus on these attributes first and foremost. This is him at 180 current ability, the maximum of his potential range. He's got physical attributes that are incredibly good. Acceleration, agility, balance, natural fitness, pace, everything you'd want is there. He's got that down to a T, no faults in his game. Then you get onto his mentals. Work rate is good, vision is good, off the ball work good. His mentals haven't improved that much since we last saw him, but his composure and his anticipation are amazing now. His bravery, decision making, he is looking phenomenal as a striker for us. 17 technique and 18 finishing mean that he's going to be bagging goals for fun up front, adding an amazing first touch. He can dribble, he's good in the air, good long shots, good passing range and penalties. This guy is just the ultimate overpowered striker, there to break the match engine, and at the age of 27 he scored 68 goals in 81 England appearances, and if we look at his performance in the league as well, it's just incredible, guys. I mean, after we saw him last, he hit 36 and 34. He then goes on to hit a 48 goal season, follows up with a 49 goal season in the Premier League, mind you. Then 35, 46, and then 55 goals in a league season alone. But I've actually got a simulation 10 more years in the future, so I'll quickly switch to that. And Emre has continued to score for fun, at one point hitting 52 goals, then 52 goals, then 51 goals in 3 successive Premier League seasons. He's already in his 30s at this point as well, so that's just incredible performances from Tezgel. He is now one of the best players in world football, but the question is, did he win any Ballon d'Ors? Now, we might include this in the title. I know the answer already to this because I have had a look. It's insane how well he's done. He wins his first Ballon d'Or in 2028 with 66 goals in all competitions. He beats Kylian Mbappe and Haaland, and then he decides to add 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Ballon d'Ors to his cabinet. That's just unreal. It makes him one of the best players in world football, competing with the likes of Haaland and Mbappe. And just looking at some of these numbers, I mean, 102 goals in 63 appearances. This season, 95 goals. The next season, 62. And I haven't actually looked and totaled it up, but I will include it somewhere in the description or the title. But apparently, in the Premier League alone, he's scored 776 goals in 699 appearances. That's way over a goal a game, adding 50 odd assists as well. That's unreal numbers. I'll go through and add up all of his goals in all competitions, and I'm sure we'll easily exceed 1,000 based on the way that he's playing. He is just one of the best I've seen in one of these Wonderkid to Superstar episodes. The fact his finishing is so high just makes him this deadly threat right from the off in FM, and I think if you don't sign this guy, you're missing out. You can skip out on the work permit issues if you're managing in England as well. You could maybe loan him from a lower division club because really he's not ready for first team football for Stoke yet, never mind Man U. So he's definitely worth picking up, giving him a try. No matter what level you're at, you might be able to get Emre and have him just run riot for your your team up front. I think he's a phenomenal player. Very happy with this Wonderkid to Superstar. I'm giving him a 10 out of 10. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy, subscribe for more, and let me know who you'd like to see in the next episode of Wonderkid to Superstar. And feel free to check out my channel, linked in the description down below, and my Aberdeen save. But most of all, have a great day everybody, and I'll see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.